what may work for some people may not for others, and I guess I should have incorporated my whole spiel about how the country is being divided, which I'm not going to get into, but incorporate it into recovery. Whatever works for you, it doesn't have to be one way. Keep an open mind. Like they say, take what works for you and leave the rest behind, or not even leave the rest behind, but just take what works for you and try to pass it on to others, and maybe save a life or two.
Yeah, and do what you can, like I don't hate all the police. I don't hate black people. I don't hate Mexican people. Don't hate Asians. Don't hate midgets. I don't hate, a lot of things, because hating people takes a lot of time and a lot of stress and
a lot of energy too. A lot of energy, man.
Yeah, lots. And I don't really want to waste any of that on that. So I try not to do that, and that's what I can control. Now if you want to start talking about defunding, and then people were talking about defunding the police, and now if you really want to make a difference, how about we defund the jails? That would be a great idea. But nobody's talking about that. And when people were on that kick for a minute, defund the police, I'm like, defund jail. And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah, exactly. You don't get it. If you've never been to jail, you wouldn't get it. I was talking to this guy today, and he was telling me about how this and that. And then, they can just, if they're in jail, they can get a new person. They can just go to do this and do that. And they can ask for a pen and paper. Are you kidding me? I couldn't. But yeah. I asked for toilet paper, and they gave me 12 one-ply sheets. And I was like, that's it? Like, I am pooped in like 4 days. You're going to give me one-ply, 12 little squares. Yep. So, I mean, no, if you want to defund something, defund jail. This lady, her name was Kelly. I was talking to her yesterday, and she was telling me that she was in jail for like 8 months, and, for substance use. And I thought, what a waste. I was like, well, what did you do? And she's like, well, they canceled all the meetings. There's no like NAAA meetings in there. And I was like, well, what did you do? Like, what a waste of effing time, waste of taxpayer money. Because then she gets out. Now she admitted it too. She's like, well, I got 15. When I went in, I knew 3 people who sold meth. Now I know 15. And everyone was saying, oh, no, you got to go to my guy. He's got the good stuff. So now she even knows where the good stuff is. What do you think's going to happen when she gets out and she's homeless and she doesn't have anywhere to go? Hey, I'm going to go find whatever his name is and, see if I can do some stuff, and I don't know. It's such a waste. Like, if they're in jail, okay, fine. If you're going to punish people, cool. Let's turn jail into a rehab then. Why not? For somebody with substance use disorder, oh, you got 8 months? Well, you got 8 months in here, and guess what? We're going to do groups every day. Just turn it into a rehab, because then they're going to get out with more success rate. I guarantee it, than just getting out. Boom, there you go. And then they go back to rehab. And again, it costs the taxpayer money. Now you start talking money, some people's ears will perk up. Wait, what? This doesn't make, what? Yeah. And a lot of people, it's not happening to my family yet. Wait till it does.
Yes, that's the key word. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. And you're so right on that, man, because it's a waste of taxpayers' money. It's everything that you just said, okay, you go in there, and it's taking the term correctional facility, it's taking correctional right out of the term. It's just housing facility for inmates, I guess.
Yeah, and there's money involved. And so they just want to, let's just keep it going. And I'm surprised more people didn't come out when all the defund the police stuff was happening. And it's like, I can't believe I'm the only one who was thinking about it. Like, hey, can we defund jails? I mean, that definitely needs to be restructured, in my opinion. When little Winfield's born, I think that's the name we're going to go with. She's not talked into it yet, but I'm trying. But I don't want my kid, I don't want my nephews, I don't want my niece to ever have to go through the system where they have to go through the same jail or the same treatment that I was subjected to. And people could say, well, then don't do drugs, don't get in trouble. Okay, sure, that sounds great. the perfect world that they live in.
Okay,
That's wonderful. Send me some pictures from that beautiful, perfect place you live in, because that's not the place I live in. I live in reality. I live in the right now, and those are realities. My nephews could, and my sister could. Hell, I could go back. But I don't want them to go through that same. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to tell someone to, because like the guy told me, show me your a-hole, and I was like, no, you don't talk to me that way. And then he told me he would talk to me any effing way he wanted to, and that I better drop trow and show him my a-hole before I can't remember, some physical threat. And I just thought, I'm not even found guilty of this. Like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you treating me like this? I didn't treat him any kind of way. So I just thought that was very rude and disrespectful. And I wrote the sheriff about it and was like, yo, bro, remember when I was recording Crime Stoppers with you at the radio station? I was like, how did you let this happen on your watch? And then come and find out he's just not that good of a guy, I guess. But, or maybe he just doesn't care. I don't know.
Oh, the sheriff isn't, huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would assume.
Wow.
I mean,
so did you have to drop your jaws? Did you have to drop your jaws and show him your a-hole?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, I did. But well, I didn't want whatever physical thing he was threatening me with to happen. So it might have included pegging. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But it was definitely.
What? This reminds me. Weren't we worried at one point about? You brought it up and you made a good point about security coming in room 217, and you didn't know what they could do. You might wake up and have some object stuck somewhere or something. You didn't know what the heck they were going to do, making threats. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was saying a lot of things. I said that threats to me are very real, and that one time the electric company threatened to shut off my power, and they did, and that scarred me for life. So I don't take threats very lightly. I believe that they're going to happen. They're just like, you're stupid. And I'm like, no, I'm for real. Like, how do you know I'm not for real? And, you can't just yell out. And it was more for everybody in there, the old nasty Chinese place that we were at. It's a treatment facility that we just call an old nasty Chinese place because I don't want to say their name. It's not because what I'm saying is not true, because what I'm saying is absolutely 100% true. It's just I don't want to give them any pub. So that place though, the people in there, the security guard at the time, who's not there anymore, but he told us that he was our worst nightmare and that he would do things and whatever he wanted, and that was kind of opened the door to no. But you can't be yelling at people telling them that you're their worst nightmare. You don't know what someone's worst nightmare is, especially in a place that houses men and women, like that are in early recovery. You don't know what someone's worst nightmare, and yelling it out in the parking lot all the way up to our room, that was going to happen. Like that's not cool. Just because we were having a little fun.
yeah. We were definitely having some fun, but I know, and I recalled, that point where you're like, hey, I take threats real, very serious. The whole electric company thing, yeah, and the whole I'm your worst nightmare kind of thing.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
I think you're right. There was something with, because I was like, I could be tied up by a gang of biker midgets in the basement getting blasted by a yeah. You don't know what my nightmares are, bro.
I take them very seriously,
We're stupid. We're stupid.
Yeah, well, dude, we had a blast, man. Even in the freezing ass frigid cold, man. Oh, jeez. And it's a lot of different things that happen in that. Well, even after we got out of that one place, and I don't want to say got out, I want to say completed the program and moved forward, memories that, were a year and a half ago that I still think about a lot, because I could honestly remember them,
Yeah.
It's funny how that works, but
Yeah, I talked about some of that on the podcast the other day about how, I was living in a sober living house, and if you had told me the day I moved in, man, cherish these moments, you're going to really look back and love them. I'd have been like, you are effing crazy, man. But I look back and it was a good time, and maybe it's because I was sober and I was doing the things that I needed to be doing, and I was growing in my life, and learning how to live sober. It's a gift, and I'm very thankful that, you guys were there and kind of talked me into going to Boyne City. So it worked out how it was supposed to, for sure. And, unfortunately you had a little step there, but you needed to go take care of some things anyway that was really weighing on you. And I don't think you would have been able to move forward until you took care of that stuff. So I think you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life. And, I'm glad I'm still talking to you, man. I consider you a great friend. It's just we had a little separation for a minute, but I think we're back on track now. And I love having you on the podcast for sure, and we'll have to have you on again. And hopefully, and when I say hopefully, I want you to commit that you're going to go to those rallies and stuff with us in September, because I'll gladly come get you, man. Pick you up if you need a ride, and only charge you like a half fare.
Oh man, that's mighty. Oh, wait a minute. I better not say what I was about to say. That might involve certain shades of something. But anyway, that's very nice of you, Corey.
Yeah. Well, no, since you're a member, a member of the club now, since you donated, that's one of the perks.
Oh, well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. It's nice to have each fringe benefits here and there. Hey, I'll take it, man.
No, I'll come get you. But, yeah. Glad to have you there, though.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'll mark my busy calendar in September for both of those events. Hopefully, they'll follow through with them and not be shut down due to whatever unforeseen future lies ahead. So.
Sounds good, Rob, and thanks for being on the podcast again. I'm gonna let you go, but yeah, man, thanks again, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Just want to give a shout out again to 217. You're doing good things, man. Keep pushing forward, and definitely talk to you again soon, brother.
All right, thanks a lot, bro. See ya.
All right, see you.
That was Rob Larsen. He was the original co-host of the 217 Recovery Podcast, and we had some great moments, like Rob said, in treatment and just in life in general. We lived in sober living together. It was fun. But Rob, if you want to listen to some of the early days, there was one, I want to say I think it was May of 2019. But if you want to go back to there was one that my girlfriend was just like, I can't believe you're putting him through that. But I love getting Rob worked up. He's a great guy. And yeah, if you want to listen to some of the early day podcasts, they're there for you. If you want to listen to them, if you haven't heard any of them, you can go back, whatever platform you're listening on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, was it Chromecast? No, that's the thing you play movies on. But you know what I'm saying. Castbox is what I was thinking of. But yeah, go back and listen to them. 217recovery.com. You can listen to them there as well. Broken to Beautiful's blog. P.S. I'm Grateful's blog. Yeah, check out the blogs. 217recovery.com.